Hey everyone, welcome back to another Low Nose video. Today I'm going to share with you my workflow when it comes to compiling and editing multiple gameplay footage, multiple audio from gameplay footage, and also audio and video from webcam videos as well, so you can put it together and make it look the best and sound the best for your videos. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so I've got my session in front of me. I have all my video files here. I have my two web camera video files, I have my two audio files, and I have my two gameplay footage. The way I like to record is I like to just use, I record my audio cleanly on a separate audio recorder, and then I take the two video files. I use the audio from the camera, and I'll use that to sync up with the regular audio. And I have, of course, the gameplay files. I record that in OBS, and OBS gives you the option to record obviously the gameplay, the music track of the gameplay separately, and the audio track that's being taken from the recorder. You can do that separately, so you can manipulate all those things in post. Okay, so first things first, we're going to sync up the video files with the audio files. Okay, we got there, and then I'll bring in my separate audio, which is right there, and then I'll bring in my son's audio here. Now, if you can't, straight off the bat, you can see that our audio that recorded separately is already matched up. I have a video on my channel. Go ahead, it'll show you how to record two separate pieces of audio at the same time and match them up perfectly, so you don't have any kind of phasing or weird distortion between two tracks. Give you a real quick example. Wow! Why is there a bomb? See, so you can hear me, you can hear my son separately. There's no kind of overlapping of my voice bleeding to his microphone and vice versa. Please go ahead, check out that video. It'll explain to you on how this can be done. So I will take these two tracks after dragging them in, and I will press G to group the tracks. Now they're linked together forever, and I don't have to worry about having those fall out of sync. Now I will take my audio. I'm sorry, not my audio. I will take my video track, and I will sync it. Oops. I will sync it here. Okay. Lucas.
Hey guys!
Let me mute Lucas too. How do you do that?
I have a jetpack.
You need to worry about yourself. Okay, so that's looking good. Looks like everything is matched up. How do you do that?
I have a jetpack.
You need to worry about yourself. That looks good. Okay, so that's lined up. Let me sync that up with everything here. Okay, we'll group it together. Everything is lined up. Now let's bring in my son's video camera. Okay, I will bring the audio from the camera. I'll bring it up to the top so we can easily match it up. I'll mute myself. I'll mute myself again. I will bring him out. And I will mute the webcam audio. And let's go ahead and let's sync this up. And let's see how he's doing.
Hey guys!
What's up, everybody?
It's Squiggly and Glitch.
I'm Glitch. Okay, he's doing good. Okay, so we have everything synced up. I will group up everything. G groups everything up, so now everything is working together. Now I will delete the tracks. Let me unmute everything. Now I will delete the tracks that I no longer need. So I do not need the audio from my webcam. I do not need the audio from my son's webcam. Okay, so everything's good. What's up, Squiggly?
Hello.
Okay, so these are perfect to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do now is we're going to take our gameplay. I will bring in my gameplay first. Okay, so now keep in mind, this file was recorded in OBS. Here's our music file right here. Whoops. Don't tell me I did it again. There we go. Okay. Whoops. There we go. All right. So there's the music file, and here is I get out of the audio file. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my audio file for me up and under, right under my audio file, and I will zoom it in. First, let me give you a tip. If you can see here, within tools, within options, there's quantize frames. If I turn that on, if you're finding that you're not having the same control that I am, you see here how it's just kind of, if I zoom in really clear, you see how it's just kind of, it's moving. It's not really refined as far as syncing up. And if I wanted to sync it up, I couldn't. If I went to options and unchecked quantize frames, it's easier for me to sync up the audio and scrub through the frames as far as on the timeline. Okay, so I will sync that up. Now, remember what I said before. All we really need to pay attention to is syncing up or lining up our audio with our video. You really don't have to sync up the audio with the gameplay footage as long as it's really pretty close. And as you can see here, it's already this track is in control of everything else because they're grouped together by default. Okay, so I'll put it there, and then I will go ahead. That means all of this is grouped together. I will go ahead and delete. Do I want to delete yet? Actually, hold on. Let me group everything first. Okay, and now I will delete the audio track from the OBS. Okay, if this may seem confusing to you at times, go ahead, label your tracks so when it comes to the shuffle everything so you won't get lost. All right, so my part is done. Now let's sync up my son's part. Okay, I will take his audio. Here, whoops, I'm sorry. I will do the same thing. Oops. Do I have to bring it up? Oh, here he goes. So here we go. So if you don't want to, Lucas OBS audio. So just so it doesn't get lost in a shuffle, I will go ahead, bring it up onto right underneath his audio. I will give it a match up. Okay, and that's good. Okay, and then once that's good, I will go ahead and I will delete his track. Where are you? Delete track. And let's group everything together. Make sure everything at all times is synced up. Okay, so here we go. We're halfway there. All right, so to save time, once everything is synced up and in place, I went ahead and I just made this session shorter. I made it to 1 minute long, so it's faster as far as the edits and the rendering time, so we can go on with this example. Okay, so before you start doing any kind of edits or anything, you want to set up the adjustments of the elements within your video. We're talking about the webcam and where do you want it placed in your video, because if it's going to be in one place at all time, you want it to by default be set there and not have to manually select the placement and the panning of the video every single time. And this is what I mean. All right, so right now we'll go to my video and we will go to our track motion. I already have a preset set to the corner, right corner. Okay, I mean you can do anything. You can do whatever you want. You can put wherever you want, and then you can write the description of how you want, and then you can save it. But for me, I have my default as right corner. I'll set it there. Then I go within the event pan and crop of my video, and I have another one saved as right corner box. Okay, and then you can go ahead and you can adjust it where you like. Okay, so now I will mute mine for the moment, and then I will go to my son's video. Okay, there he is. We will use the same preset because we want the transition between video files to be seamless. We don't want the boxes jumping around, so we're going to use the same preset, right corner, and watch. You see it. Oops. Actually, let me put the event pan and crop on this first. Okay, event pan and crop, and we will select right corner box. There we go. So he's in the frame too, and if we go between you see how it's there? It switches, but the box doesn't jump all over the place. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is, before we render out, it all depends on what kind of game you're playing. If the game has a lot of music, then you want one track of music to be played. So for this example, we will leave the audio from my gameplay going, and we will leave my son's audio muted. The reason being is because if I had both of it playing at the same time, we'll have this sound. doesn't sound very good, does it? You've got two different background music playing at the same time. It's just stepping all over the place. So we'll just pick one right away, and then with the music sound. Hello. So we're choosing a map in 5, 4 seconds. Okay, and you can do that. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to let's set the volume at which we want our music to play at. So right now we will set the gameplay volume to maybe, let's just say 22. Hello. So we're choosing a map in 5, 4 seconds. What's going on here? I've never played Dragon Rage. What happens in Dragon Rage? Hello? What do we do in Dragon Rage? I think that's.
I don't think he can hear me.
There's a dragon! You didn't tell me there was a dragon! I think negative 18 decibels sounds good for the background, for our overall track, and audio. Oh, that makes sense. Wow. It looks good. I don't know. Oh, there. Yeah. Right here. Also right here. This is the point where you want to make any individual adjustment to matching up levels of your audio, or like I said, the levels of your background music. So take the time that you would need to fix those things up right here and right now. Okay, so once you have all of your audio leveled, as far as your dialogue audio and your gameplay audio, let's go to rendering. Now this is the part that makes everything so much easier, aside from trying to split all the files and manually selecting what you want to have going on as far as your edits are concerned. So what we're going to do is we're going to render my track separately, and we're going to render my son's track separately. Now the thing is, they're both going to be rendered at the same exact length. So when we drag it into our next session, they will automatically be evenly selected and sized. So what we all have to do is just line them up, and it'll automatically be in sync. All right. So first we'll do mine. I will solo mine out. Me, my audio, and my gameplay. And my gameplay audio. Okay, so here we go.
Hey guys!
What's up, everybody? Okay, so now we're ready to render our files. Now here's a cool little trick that I like to do. Let's go ahead and let's save this. All right, let's for this example, I'm gonna go ahead and call. I'm gonna save it to my desktop. Render test. Whatever you want to spell it. All right. Okay, and then I also have another instance of Vegas Pro open. So what I'm doing is I'm going to open that. I have my Vegas Pro, and now let's go. I will have two separate ones. Whoops, I don't need this anymore. Well, not for now. Okay, so in one instance, I will have Vegas Pro doing my part, and then I will mute on the other instance. I will mute everything out for me. Whoops. And then I will bring out everything that is my son. Mute. I'll leave that here. I'll leave that muted. His gameplay will be there. Where's his gameplay? Ah, there we go. It's solo. So we're choosing a map in 5s. Okay, so in one instance of Vegas, I have my gameplay ready to be rendered. I have my son's gameplay ready to be rendered. So I will go ahead and I will do that. I will render it out. I'll call the first one. I'll put it low 1, and that's going to go and render to my desktop. And then from the other instance of Vegas Pro, I will go and call this Lu 2. All right, and they are both rendering at the same time. Of course, if this video was any longer, the rendering times would take longer. Right now, I'm using an Intel 5820. I got a Strix NVIDIA 1070 in my rig, and I have a couple SSDs running along. So, when everything renders, for me, it renders at the speed of the video. So, however long the video takes is probably the amount of time it's going to take for it to render. But both of these minute files are rendering at the same time, so it may be a little longer. Let's just kind of geek out and let's take a look at, see what's happening here. You always say that. So my My CPU, it's going at 80, 90%, almost 8 megabytes using, 63% Celsius, my temperature, and 4.08 is my gigahertz with all 6 cores active. So, yeah. We are almost done rendering. And I'll speed up through the rest of it so we can get to our next part. Okay, so we're back and my files are done rendering. Now I'm going to take the files that we just exported onto my desktop. We're going to bring those 2 files into a new session of Vegas Pro and make everything so much easier, and then we'll do some multicam editing. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go to my new instance of Vegas Pro. I will go to my project media. No, I'm sorry. I'll go to my Explorer. Let's go to my desktop. And we are going to look for Low and Luke. Here we go. Low and Luke. And low 1 and low 2. We will bring this into our timeline. Okay, and there they go. Come on, give me another audio track. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of this track. And delete. Okay, so here we go. Orange.
Hello.
We did all of that. Now we have a much more easier, manageable files to look at to do our editing without the whole convoluted mess of just dealing with all that stuff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, it's kind of loud. We're going to go into multicam editing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to highlight. Oh yeah, just so that you don't, just so we don't lose anything. We will say this is a low audio. And then this is, we'll call this Lu audio. Just so we don't lose anything. Okay, and after done labeling, then we can go and we will group everything so we don't lose our alignment again. And then we're going to take our actual track, not our video file. We're going to group our track, both tracks. We are going to go to Tools, go to Multi-Camera, Create Multi-Track. Okay, as you can see, the track disappeared. They are both video files. They're now under one single track. Then we will go to multi-camera editing, and then it brings us to a multi-camera view. So now, when you do your edits,
Hey guys!
what's up, everybody?
It's Squiggly
you
and
have your
Glitch.
options here.
Today
We have video 1 and video 2, and you can just play within your keypad. Let me turn this down so I can talk to you guys.
we're gonna be playing Dragon.
You can go back and forth between the two, and you can see within the actual video file how it's doing the actual edits.
Where are you?
I don't know. Oh, there you go. You're all in orange. You can go
Hello.
back and forth.
Hello.
What's that, Squiggly? So we're choosing a map in 5.
And
And whichever number that I press, that's the one that it connects to.
What happens in Dragon Rage? Hello? What do we do in Dragon Rage?
Okay. Now, if you feel there's something you missed and you want to get a tighter edit, you can always go back and you can adjust. Whoops. You can adjust back some footage and expand on the regular footage of the camera that you already had. So let's just say this is camera 1 or camera 2. You know what? I think I wanted less of that, and I wanted him to come in sooner. You could do that, or things are not written in stone. You can go back to a certain part of the video, and as it's playing, you can add edits right on top of it,
I don't know. Oh, there you go. You're
and
all
make
in
those
orange.
even finer edits that
Hey,
you
what's
choose to
up,
do.
Squiggly? Hey, Squiggly, can you hear me?
And there you go. Okay, so let me go ahead and I will turn off. This isn't necessary to render your video out. I'm just doing this just to show you what it looks like. I turn off the editing off, and now you can see how our camera goes back and forth between our two video files and our multi-camera editing. And that's it. That's how I do it for my videos. It makes it so much easier. As you can see, the final workflow part is just so much easier. And it's done. Just render it out and you are good to go. All right, guys, if you found out this video helped you out, please go ahead, leave a like. If you found out it didn't help you, well, you know, I guess be that person. Go ahead, leave it a dislike, whatever. Your feedback is all I need. It always will help me improve these videos, make it much better, and kind of make the videos that you need, that what you're looking for. Want to see more videos? Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my voiceover vlogs. I'll show you how, if you're interested in about getting into the voiceover industry, just kind of doing anything about it. I do voiceovers as well, and so I'll show you what's going on there. And also, oh, that's right, be a part of the sort of community. We're doing things, guys. Let's get together. Let's make things happen. Let's help each other out, and let's build this sort of community together, sort of, so we can sort of help each other out. Get it? All right, guys. So, anything else, please? Any comments or questions? Go ahead, please leave in the comments below. I'm always reading and replying and interacting with you guys. Catch me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let me know what's up. Say hi. What's going on? And until next time, I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.